Today I will be reviewing Crystal Pepsi. Tastes just like Pepsi.
What does it mean to taste, to consume, to exist? What does it mean to question, to understand, to be clear as crystal, to be Pepsi? In the early 90s, America experienced a fad believing that clear was equivalent to pure. PepsiCo followed this fad by releasing Crystal Pepsi in the April of 1992. It was heavily advertised as a hip modern drink, carrying the slogan, "You've never seen a taste like this." However, in the December of that year, the Coca-Cola company released Tab Clear, named after the soda called Tab from the late 60s. The original Tab was a controversial drink known for being flavored by saccharin, an artificial sweetener known for causing cancer. Since Tab Clear was advertised as a successor to the carcinogenic Tab, consumers immediately viewed it in a negative light. It was also advertised as a sugar-free diet soda that was normal at best and mysterious at worst, but not hip and new age, further cementing the idea that it was an awful product. Bear in mind that clear sodas were still too new to have caused a lasting impression. As such, the Tab name wasn't just hurting Tab Clear, it was also bringing Crystal Pepsi down with it. In an interview about manipulating the market, former Coca-Cola Chief Marketing Officer Sergio Zyman said that the Tab Clear was marketed specifically to damage the public's opinion of Crystal Pepsi with what he dubbed as a kamikaze strategy, making a product designed specifically for attacking a competitor's product. By the end of the year, Crystal Pepsi was taken off the shelves. Beyond the advertisements featuring the two drinks, perhaps this was the closest PepsiCo and the Coca-Cola company have gotten to a war for dominance, not just for competing, but also attempting to kill the competitor outright. Perhaps the clear soda era was an analogy for what could have happened in the Cold War. The red, white, and blue colors of the Pepsi logo represent the United States. The red of Coca-Cola represents the Soviet Union. Pepsi Clear was Pepsi's strategic defense initiative, except instead of being a line of defense against nuclear arms, it was Pepsi's attempt to take the soda industry by storm. In the Cold War, the SDI possibly caused the Soviet Union to spend more on military research until its economy collapsed. However, in this ice-cold war of alternative history, the plan backfired. Coca-Cola launched their nuke, the Tab Clear, and embraced the mutual destruction of nuclear damnation. Both clear soda brands rotted away, and PepsiCo was all the weaker while Coca-Cola regained their control of the market. So, when you take a sip from a cool bottle of refreshing and delicious Coca-Cola, remember that you are drinking the nuclear winter of the Soviet Union. But we won't stop here. We will continue to journey beyond the physical world and into the realm of the human psyche, into the mind of man, the mind of Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man! Pepsi Man! Pepsi Man!
Pepsi Man was a mascot of PepsiCo's Japanese branch in the mid-90s. He was featured in commercials from 1994 to 2000 in which he would run to give Pepsi to those that need the hydration that only Pepsi can give. He would stretch his arm forward and create Pepsi out of nothing. At the end of each commercial, Pepsi Man was usually injured in some comical fashion. Then, on the 4th of March 1999, Pepsi Man was released on the PlayStation 1. This video game featured the titular mascot running on preset paths until the end of a stage, which is either a Pepsi vending machine or helpless innocents needing Pepsi. Through this, he pushed through hellish obstacles, dodging dangers that require reflexes of peak human performance. Many of the conflicts in the game occur because the people are dependent on Pepsi. The advertisements are all for Pepsi. The mailboxes are owned by Pepsi. Social order is maintained by Pepsi. The homeless demand Pepsi instead of money or shelter. This is only the surface of the world. The final stages take place in Pepsi City, a city owned by PepsiCo and controlled by a computer that directs all Pepsi production and distribution. The issue here is a malfunction of the Pepsi computer, which can only be repaired by Pepsi Man. With the world dependent on Pepsi to function, the malfunction of Pepsi City would end society. Pepsi is the foundation of this world, but we are here to examine the human psyche, not civilization. Pepsi Man is surrounded by nothing but Pepsi, and believes he exists solely for Pepsi. For him, there are no questions. His life's purpose is crystal clear. But that clarity is an illusion. Pepsi Man believes that the solution to all conflicts is Pepsi. Yet we see that Pepsi is the source of all of these conflicts. The Pepsi in this game is an analogy for mankind's addiction to material consumption. It holds society together, yet it also destroys society's individuals. Pepsi production cannot be sustained forever, yet the people demand it endlessly. When Pepsi Man replenishes Pepsi, he does not fix a problem. He is merely stalling the inevitable. And Pepsi Man himself lives as a contradiction. He is a personification of Pepsi, yet he struggles against the suffering caused by Pepsi, and his relief is ironically more Pepsi. Pepsi Man has the power to move eternally and to create matter out of nothing, yet he is bound by the illusion that Pepsi is the beginning and end of life. For a normal human, the answer might be as simple as relinquishing Pepsi and all other material needs, but Pepsi Man was molded by Pepsi to live for Pepsi. What future could he find? There is no path. Beyond the scope of Pepsi, beyond the reach of thirst, what could possibly await him? And yet he seeks it insatiably. Such is his fate.